I've been watching you. Just come to me. It will be there taking your hand. You meet the unknown, you can't walk away. For some reason, it wants to take you, having no clue. You don't want to stay. It will be there taking your hand. You meet the unknown, you can't walk away. For some reason, it wants to take you, having no clue. You don't want to stay.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading
Mike?
all around my
Hello?
room.
Okay, there we go. Hi.
So bright, it's hard
Hi,
to
guys.
breathe, but that's alright.
I definitely had that the first time. Hello. Hola. Bonjour. Konnichiwa. Guten Morgen. Guten Tag. What else do I know? That's all I know. Hi, guys. How you doing? So I got my world working in Space Engineer. Oh, let me get the music so I can hear my thoughts. I got my world going in Space Engineers, which is great. I can show you guys the rest of my world. I missed my world. I was super happy when I figured out what was making it like dysfunctional. Out of all things. It was one of the mods that I had installed, and with that being one of the mods that I had installed, I was able to safely remove that mod. Because, like, to begin with, the mod that was causing that problem was an experimental mod. As in, like, I would remove it if it caused problems, and I wouldn't exactly bat a tear, or, like, cry over it, and lo and behold, I had to remove it because it was causing problems, and didn't cry. Not gonna miss it. I didn't really use that mod anyways, in all honesty. Okay. Everything's at full volume right now. Space Engineers and the lo-fi. I've got to turn everything down. Lest I want to, deafen you guys. Okay, so, Red Loaf Audio. Red Loaf Audio. Oh man, playing this may have been a mistake. My hand is already hurting. Heck. Okay. Gotta make sure that Space Engineers is louder than the lo-fi. Where is Space Engineers? That must be Space Engineers. I remember that when I get into the actual world, it's gonna be a lot louder than the menu. I can't make you work on my ship. So I found out I did a okay, this entire time, guys, I have gone on believing that my ship in Space Engineers was 312 meters long. Because when I made for the blueprint for it, that's what the design had, and I only just found out recently that my math was wrong, and we're at 267 meters long. Which means that I gotta upscale my cruiser a little bit more, and I mean, on the good news, that's gonna give me significantly more room to build stuff and put stuff in, like, make bigger rooms, make a better crew quarters, because the crew quarters is kind of blah right now, at least on the replica. But the downside of that is, do you guys know how long it's gonna take me to rebuild this thing? And, like, do it in a, like, decent, sensible fashion? I'm gonna have to show you guys what I mean when we get to the world, and I can use spectator camera to show you guys what my armor layout's like. This is gonna be, like, one of the first time you guys get to see my armor as well for my ship. I was looking at it last night, and I was like, gosh darn. She's got some thick armor. Thick armor. Okay. Yes, I'm excited. My old Space Engineers world. And all its awesome Space Engineers glory. Funky space game go burr. I logged out on my cruiser last night, by the way. I was playing last night and I was up really late, and then I logged out on my cruiser. Oh man. Hello, beautiful. And it's great because, like, yeah, once everything loads, the world will be a lot smoother, but it's also a blue out right now, so I'm not too keen on going outside my cruiser. Keen. Wait, am I in just? Oh no, I'm in Space Engineer. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. So this is my room on my cruiser. Okay, like this is my bathroom, my shower, my kitchenette with my light, and behind the light is an air vent. Okay. And then I got my sleeping area right here where I sleep. And then this is the gravity aligner. Gravity aligner keeps this thing level on gravity, but since we're landed in dry dock right now, I don't need to have it aligning to gravity. It's already aligned naturally. My own little tiny storage shelf. This is where people sit when I'm talking to them, and we will shut off this hollow LCD when we are talking, like that. And then this is where I sit. This is the captain's desk, okay? Now obviously, I'm gonna need to be able to control my ship, and that's what this is for. I can control my cruiser, and you can barely see my cruiser right now, in all her beautiful glory. I just recently redid the nose of my ship, and the other thing that I did was I added recharge terminals for me right here, because I need to be able to like have access to that kind of stuff as the captain. Going this way, we have Faye's room. Faye hasn't been in here in a while, but that's Faye's room, and we won't go in there. This is the officer dining hall. You may think that we're not deep inside the armor of the vessel, but that's until I do this, and we go up and through the armor layers to here, and this has been heavily armored as well. Obviously, I want my officers to be well protected while they're snacking on them foods. And these are like, like for example, we'll use me as the prime example, okay? I don't always want to eat with people. Sometimes I want to be alone, and I don't want to be in my room, and that's what these little areas are for. They're nice little, like, reinforced cubby holes where you can eat your food in peace. And then below you, we have 2 bathrooms, one right there and one right there, because when you gotta go, and I don't need you running all the way back to your room to do that, you know. This is the other bathroom / shower. Only the best for my officers. And then we got the little area down here we all want to eat together. And then this is the officer med hall. This is where we go when we need health, or just in general for checkups and stuff like that. Neat little tiny area. It's good to be back on board my ship. It really, really is. Sorry. Airball. Blech. So this is the thruster cask. Those are my reverse thrusters. I have them hidden to make them harder to shoot out. There's like that on both sides, and of course, bathroom. There's bathrooms everywhere on board this ship. You know, last thing I need is for you to have to run like 400 meters to the nearest bathroom. This is the airlock room / control security room. We're at the very base of the bridge now. This is usually abandoned in battle, because the bridge tends to get hit often. That's what the battle bridge is for. This is for when we're not in battle. This is the med hall underneath the bridge. This is where we bring injured bridge personnel or people from the airlock. They usually come straight to here. And you even have a little tiny spot where you can treat people too. Like diagnose their issues and... My head hurts. And we get into the bridge. No. This is the bridge. When we're not in battle, this is like, if we're not in heavy battle, this is where the main ship is controlled from. And this is where I sit right here. And I've got such a nice view over the deck. I can see the guns going all the way up the very front of the hull. So there is a little bit of a blind spot underneath the bridge just because of how the bridge is designed, but that's perfectly fine. It's just satisfying being able to see the guns like that. Super satisfying. This ship is a very, very, very nice ship. I love her. Okay. Oh yeah, and this is an emergency EVA airlock. It's meant for 0G, but you know, we can use it for this too. It's meant for 0G if we're in like high orbit or no gravity. You could exit out that way. And then this is one of the fighter approaches. This is for the public hangar. Like if I have a shuttle coming on board the dock, they'll dock up there, and at the very underneath that is my private hangar. It's kind of tucked away and hidden because I don't want anyone to know it's there, you know. When I scale this thing out more, I actually might add more hangars back here. Believe it or not, if I redid this thruster cask, I could probably fit a hangar back here. The reason why this place is so huge is because of this fricker right here. This dude takes up so much space, and not only like just thruster room, but also how far its flame shoots out. Its flame shoots out all the way to here. Okay, that is huge. It is a huge thing that needs to be vented, which is why you have that huge opening right there. That's where all the excess gases get vented out of, because this little tiny spot right here used to not be enough. Yeah, and then other than that, you can see the guns. Got some for firing forward, some for firing straight up, but the majority of them are oriented for firing off the side of the vessel. And then you got the main battery. That's the bridge right there. So you got the main battery. This is gun number 1. And then we run, and then we've got gun number 2. And as you can see, they're staggered so that they can fire over each other. You got gun number 3, and then you got gun number 4. And again, just like an actual battleship, they're staggered so that they can fire over one another. This is so that this thing can do effective shooting on targets in front of it. The reason for that is also because of this right here. The front rail guns, which I have to finish hooking up. This was another modification I did, was making this look like that, and now I gotta finish hooking up the conveyor lines to it. Oh, apparently fixed that window. What we're looking at right now is the bottom front bridge, by the way. This is usually the bridge that gives the ship commands when we're entering atmosphere and or landing at dock, because it has a good view of the front of the vessel, which I don't have from back here. So we'll communicate back and forth, and they'll let me know where I need to be. And I'll show you guys the bottom battery of this thing. So you got this gun, which is facing backwards. And then you got this one, which is also facing backwards. And then you got this one right here. There is room for another one right up here, but I don't have it. And then alternatively, you can also put one right here, but there's drop pod bays, so. That's the main battery. Well, no, that's the secondary battery. And then you can see with a couple of its shield emitters right there. It's got backup shield emitters in case the main one goes down or gets shot. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. I'm just trying to take the spotlights off this thing, because they're super GPU intensive, unfortunately. Yeah, you can see she's not an easy girl to keep afloat. That's why we got these big old atmospheric thrusters on her to help keep her afloat when we're in gravity. Depending on where my fuel's at, I could probably take off right now, but she's sitting here. Not only is she sitting here for me to work on her in dry dock because I need to do some stuff. I also am contemplating, do I really part of me wants to go through the effort of upsizing this so it's properly to scale. Because 267 meters is nowhere near the 312 meters it's supposed to be. I could make everything bigger, better, and... Oh yeah, that reminds me. I could make everything better, but I want to show you guys something before I continue. Look how thick the armor is on this ship, okay? Look. Okay, we're down here in like the main side of the hull, alright? Oh, I guess this is the main section of the hull. But like, other than the segments, like other than this right here to go and feed the connector, this is just straight armor. Okay? That is just straight armor, and that is all heavy armor to boot. The reason why that's all heavy armor is because on the other side of it, you got this. You got that right there. That is the main reactor room, and it needs to be super well protected, which is why look how thick the armor is, okay? That armor is thick as heck. That's not something you can easily punch through, although it does have a... Oh, no, I guess it doesn't have a gun. It used to have a gun right there, which compromised a little bit, but going forward, okay. Yeah, okay armor. And then you get another thick armor segment right here, because this is where all the missiles and the nuke launchers are. And I told you guys this thing has nukes on board. Well, there's the nuke launcher. Okay, and then going forward, you got another thick area, and that's because you got this cargo section right here. This cargo section needs to be super freaking well protected, which is why, again, the armor thickens right here. Oh, this is where they had the gun that I need to remove. Because it's like right over the cargo, and I don't want the cargo to get hit and killed. Yeah, you know, this goes to show you how thick the freaking armor is on board this ship. It is not by any means thin. And then going forward, but I would need to make it thicker if I made it bigger. But you got one of its main hydrogen tanks right there for the front thrusters. And then it finally dies out on thickness of armor. Oh yeah, look. You can see the main artillery cannon. So, alright, funny thing about this, okay? If it hits... Those aren't used in orbital bombardments. They don't have the range to do it. But they're used for basically, like, shotgun effect, basically. At a close enough range, those things are super devastating. So, like, how the railguns on this thing work is, once my ship has disabled a vessel enough with its main guns, it will do a kill shot with its railguns. Basically, that kill shot will be targeting its power plant or anything vital that's still left standing. After that, if the vessel is still in like a somewhat operable condition, like it's still able to return fire, mainly, if it's still able to defend itself, the ship will follow up with a follow barrage of those 4 cannons. And if it's even then still able to return fire, after all of that, my ship will finally follow up with a full barrage of self-guiding rounds from my main battery, and that's usually enough to put out a wounded ship. So this is one of the assembler rooms. When we're in combat, I mean, there are other assemblers on board this ship, but when we're in combat and my ammo starts getting low, these guys will start spinning up in the action to make more ammo for my guns. I don't keep all of the ammo combined together. If I keep it like that, if it explodes, it'll be a huge explosion that rocks the entire vessel and blows a hole through it. I speak from experience. So, going through this door right here, this takes us to the power room. I need to get lights through here. I haven't quite done that yet. Oh yeah, this is the power room. There's a tree glitch through my ship. Why is there a tree glitch through my ship? Oh no, this isn't the power room. Okay, never mind. We're gonna ignore this. This is a shortcut. This is a shortcut to another part of the vessel that we're not going to be going to until later. This is the power door back here. I was one door off. So this is the power room, and again, I showed you guys how thick the armor is here. This is one of the thickest, most heavily armored places in the entire ship. It's because this is half of the ship's power, 3/4 of the ship power. Right here, between the reactors and then the hydrogen reactors back here. And there is another reactor room. This ship has 2 reactor rooms. One back here, which is the one we're standing in now, and it has one in the nose of the vessel as well. Okay. We get to leave the power room. And everything is airlocked, obviously. This entire ship is sectioned off. This is another, like, one of the main airlock sections. They all go through the different parts of the vessel. Like this goes up to the mess hall slash mess hall frick, I'm trying to think of the words. Mess hall med lab, med bay. This goes down into the cryo bay, and then this goes into the main area of the ship where the storage is located. So for now, we're gonna go up into the mess hall. This is where my crew comes to eat their food, and it's decently well protected, but it's up towards the I would be like, I want to say right here somewhere. Oh, I was a little off. Okay. I was a little off, yeah. This is the mess hall right here. Okay. I was a hair off. So, like, as you can see, you know, you got the kitchen area back here, and I need to add the fridge and stuff because of the recent new update. But it's not the best protected. I mean, it's okay protected. Like, it's got at least one block of heavy armor and some reinforcing on the roof. But like compared to the reactor room or the officer mess hall, it's not really as well protected. It's right here. Yeah, I went down right there. It's right here. I was a little bit tiny off. Not by much. For not being on this ship for a while in this game, I still know it pretty well. I mean, why wouldn't I? It's my own ship. This is the mess hall med bay. If a fight breaks out, this is where the crew is brought. Simple, short, and sweet. Makes tending to injuries very, very quick and easy. I should have topped off my fuel while I was there. When we go down this way, if we had gone straight and not gone up the stairs, right here, this is where we would have wound up. Just so you guys are aware of where we're at. So now we're in the main section of the main hallway of the battle cruiser. You know, like if the crew aren't doing their own break, they can just sit here and eat. You can see one of the turrets. But if you go down this way, it takes you to the cargo. And both of these are identical on both sides, so I'm only going to show you one because it's one and done. Apparently it's still not airtight in here, and I need to fix that as well. I showed you guys this is the second most heavily reinforced area on the ship. This is the cargo bay. It is very large and carries all of the ship's ammunition, so it has to be super well protected because if a cruiser comes and side strafes my ship, I don't want my ammo to get blown up really easily, you know. The whole entire concept of this ship is basically in like engaging people from the side. Engaging in broadside battles and winning out of sheer force of firepower. Here is the front med bay. It's very, very small, but it is functional. This is for the crew. General crew and officers if they're up here and they need it. Going this way. This is the front power plant. This is where the rest of the power of the ship is generated as well. I gotta check something while I'm here. Oh wait, no, that was good. Chat, we might be here for a while. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. Oh, this is... Okay, you know what? Hold on. Shut off. Stop. Just stop. Stop right there. We're gonna be at this for a while, guys. We're going to be at this for a while. $573 deuterium at a time. We are slowly but surely removing this. Look at the tower of it. Oh, the tower has fallen. I repeat. It has collapsed. Oh, there's more old. There's so much of this stuff that I gotta get rid of. Oh, look how big it got this time. There it goes. Goodbye, tower. I wonder how much of this stuff is gonna be on the ground when I look down when I'm done. Yeah, indeed. Hi, Flamey. Hello, hello. I am currently purging my inventory of this stuff. I'm on board my ship. My cruiser. This is the front reactor bay that I'm standing on right now. Okay. Oh my god. There's so many of them. There's so many of them. All right, watch me do my admin magic here. One, two, three. Boop. Admin magic. Okay, so this is the front reactor bay of my battle cruiser. This is the rest of the power that's generated by the ship. This isn't all of the power. This is just some of the power. The power to believe. Yeah, what you missed on my... Oh yeah, okay. I gotta work on this part of my ship because this is all brand new. This is all just recently built. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is thruster vents. I've got to keep that. But I can... Okay, the tour will continue. I have to do this first because I am 80. Okay, well, no, you know what? I'll do the tour and then I'll work on this part of the ship. So this is the airlock area of the ship. I'm not sure what this area is going to be yet. This is brand new and I just recently built it into the vessel, but it will be something. It will be some kind of room. Maybe you could even make it into like a... No, I'm not going to have room to make it into a hangar, but I will figure out something to do with this and turn it into a functional kind of room. Yeah, this is the brand new nose of my ship. I redid the nose so that the railguns are a little bit better positioned. Okay, but for the sake of the tour, let me remember where I'm at in my ship. Okay, I remember where I'm at in my ship now. I gotta go down this way. This takes us down to the bottom bridge. Is this still a blizzard out? This is the bottom bridge. When we're landing or we're doing anything on the ground, this is going to be the bridge that helps us coordinate those efforts. It has one of the best views of the front of the ship that you can get. Sometimes I'll come down here to fly it, but for the most part, they'll just relay information back up to the main bridge for me. Pretty cool. Okay, swinging back this way. This is a... Oh yeah, no, this is the main bottom hallway of the vessel. This takes us to several different locations of the vessel. This one right here is the Wait, no, this is the crew bathroom. This is the crew mass bathroom and showers. You got the bathroom zone showers over here. And then you got another bathroom and shower over here. So that's where the crew generally does their showering and stuff. I did have somewhere around here a room for a reactor, but I don't see it no more. I must have removed it. Going down this way. And okay, so this right here is the crew quarters. Yep, this right here is the crew quarters. This is where you guys get to sleep. This is where you guys are. And what's cool about these beds is that these doors come down when you're in your bed, so it's not like you're there and everyone can see what you're doing. When you're in your bed and you pull down your door, you have a whole buttload of privacy because these doors are airtight. If we're in a combat situation and we need to eject you and you're in your bed becomes an escape pod. So it's a pretty solid bed. You're not going to be able to hear duty if you don't want to hear duty when you close that door. This is the refinery room I was thinking about. I knew I had a refinery room on board this ship. This is the refinery room / assembler room. This is the only raw refinery on board the entire ship. The main reason why we have this is if we're out in the wild and we're running low on resources, it's so that we don't have to go back to port to get more. We can just go and send a small team out, mine some raw ore, and then bring it back to the ship and process it into whatever we need. This goes back up to the main hallway. We are going to ignore that because we're not going to be going that way. We're going to be going this way. This is the drop pod ready room. This is where my drop pod team will come and ready up. And if you want to know something cool about this is the gravity generator for the room. And yes, it is upside down. It still generates normal gravity despite being upside down. That's because I have the gravity on it inverted. Rather than pull you up, it pushes you down. Kind of funky stuff. And then that brings us to this room. This is the drop pod room, the drop pod bay. There is only one drop pod currently in the ship right now, as you can see. I have used the rest, so I've got to make more or find the ones that I used and bring them back to the vessel, because that's another way to do it. But yeah, this is a military grade drop pod. It's super heavily armored, and this bottom nose area right here, it is designed to crumple when you land. It is designed to absorb the impact for you, so your spine doesn't get turned to jelly when your 3-ton drop pod slams into the dirt at 300 meters a second. Because unlike the civilian drop pods, this thing does not pull its parachutes until the last physical second that it can. And on top of that, you don't land gently either. When you slam into the ground, you slam into the ground. And that is what the nose is there for. To help stop your spine getting snapped into two when you smack into the ground. So this is the part of the drop pod room, but this is a separate part of it. If let's say that I need to like make a small rover or something like that for my ground crew to use, this is where we drop it out of. Alternatively, I can drop bombs. It doubles as a bomb dropping room. This door right here will take us up into the main hallway. And this door right here is a bypass for the area that we're about to go through. But we're going to go through this area as well. This is a brand new med bay on board the ship that I recently just got started working on. And this is like meant for the drop pod crew, and it's like a kind of like an experimental lab too. You know, they do different experiments and stuff on the ship, but if someone gets really injured on a drop pod bay, we can also bring them to this room too. You can see this little cool lightning thing. I wish the tree wasn't in the way. But yeah, this is another like little lab experimental room, and then this is one of the side bypasses that you can take, because there are alternate ways to get in and out of this lab. Ooh, I need to fix that. You can't get out that door. Why can't you get out that door? Nani? Okay, I need to fix that. Noted. Duly noted. This was originally a vehicle maintenance way, but I have since changed it. This is just a general, like, ready maintenance room. You know, you got lockers where you can place your stuff like that. Place your suit, put on your lab coat, get ready to go work in the lab. We are now back in the main power bay, where all the main power from the ship for the ship is generated. It's all from here. Again, this is some of the thickest armor on board the entire ship. Where am I? Is this the front one or this is the front one, so we gotta go down and back. Drop pod room. Vehicle drop pod room. Lab. Reactor room. And again, this is some of the thickest armor on. Look how thick that armor is, okay? Do you see how thick that armor is? It goes all the way out to here for the reactors. I mean, can you blame me? That's the main like armored ridge right there, by the way. Like I said, this ship is built for broadside battling. So all the broadside armor is going to be the thickest, especially around crucial systems. I'm being a nerd right now. I love talking about the ship. And then going back here, because you need max level clearance to get to here to begin with. This is my personal hangar. The only way you can get to my hangar is through that center power area. And that's on purpose. You know, it's a max security clearance area. I don't want just anyone popping up into here. You never know what type of vessel I have stored in my hangar. Okay, and then we're back in the main hallway. I don't know if you're here for the earlier part of it, Flamey, so I'll show you the parts that you missed up here. So this is the one of the main assemblers. There are other assemblers that you can't see on the ship, but this is one of the main accessible assemblers, and when we're in combat, this assembler will spool up and start making ammunition if we need it, because I don't keep all my ammo fully assembled. I've learned my lesson in doing that. It's not a good idea. If your ammo gets hit, you're gonna go boom. This door right here, we're right above the main reactor room that I just showed you, so I'm not gonna go through it, but this takes us to the main reactor room. This is a shortcut. We're gonna ignore that. That shortcut doesn't exist. So going up this way, you have the crew med hall. Going down this way, you have the drop pod bay access, which we just showed you. And going that way is the main hallway access, which takes us to the cargo. But we're going to ignore this for now, and we're going to go up into the main mess hall. But while we're in this area, actually, because I didn't show you guys this before, this is a maintenance hallway, but this is also like secret, as in it's not officially on the blueprint of the ship. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, where was I before? Oh yeah, so this isn't on the blueprint, and that's because, like, well, alright, so sometimes you're a person and you want to get somewhere, but you don't want people to know that you're being transported, so that's what this room is for. This room is for discerning VIPs who don't want people to know that they're being transported. It is situated directly above the reactor room, and the emissions of the reactor hides the people, basically. It hides these cryopods, it hides the people, and it enables us to safely bring person from point A to point B without being noticed. And you may ask, Azora, what purpose does this serve? The reason why we do that is, like, politicians, high-level VIPs, rich people like that who are extremely high profile and highly lucrative. They'll pay good money to have safe transport from point A to point B. Even more so if that safe transport involves, like, no one even knowing that they're there. You know, like, who's gonna scan a battlecruiser looking for a VIP anyways? That's kind of like walking into a lion's den with a bunch of stakes attached to your chest. You know, it's not a smart idea. It's just not. So this is the main crew mess hall. This is where my crew comes to eat. And this is the kitchen. This is where the chef comes to make the food. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Eat that food. Eat that mother heckin' food. And then right across from the mess hall is the mess hall med bay, because you never know when a fight's gonna break out in the mess hall. If it does happen, that's what this is for. Instant injury treatment. Okay, we're going back down this way. This is that main hallway that I was telling you about, not to worry about before. If we had gone through this little airlock section door right here, instead of going up the stairs, this is where we would have wound up. So you really didn't miss much when we didn't go through that airlock. Walking down this way. So it's the same on either side. It doesn't matter which side I show you. I'm going to show you this side. This is the main storage on board the ship. This is where all the ammo is kept. And it also has really, really, really thick armor too, because I don't want my ammo to be exploded in one shot. Because this ship holds a lot of ammo for its guns. This ship is absolutely colossal. I'm so proud of it. I love the work that I've done with it. I absolutely love the work that I've done with it. Okay, going this way. We're now back in the main front power room that you saw when you first showed up here, Flamey. And then you got to see the rest of the front of the vessel. So the only thing you missed on this level was this room right here, which was the front crew med room. This is the front vessel's med area where somebody gets injured in the front. They're brought here. Yes, the ship has, let's see, bridge med bay, officer med bay, mess hall med bay, front med bay, drop pod lab. This thing has 5 medical laboratories on board this ship, spread throughout the vessel pretty evenly, so that you have pretty even access to any one of them at any one given time. I wanted to try and have times be consistent, no matter which one you went to from what part of the ship, which was a challenge, but we made it. I made it work. So we're going back towards the rear of the vessel again. We're heading towards the other areas you didn't get to see. So this is the main rear hallway. This takes us to different parts of the ship. This takes us to the cryo bay that I was telling you about. This is the main hangar. Like when we have people who are shuttled on board, it's really dark in here for some reason. This is where they're brought to. I need to replace the lights apparently. I do need to do some general maintenance to this ship. You know, that's why it's in dry dock. So I can do maintenance to my ship. So yeah, this is where shuttles usually come and dock. Going through this way. This is the waiting room for the vessel. When somebody is waiting to be brought into another part of the ship or to meet me, the captain, they're generally brought here. This is a pretty safe location, located deep within the armor of the ship. And if you look out this window right here, you can see I call it the thruster cask. And this is my these are my brakes basically, and my reverse thrusters. And I have them armored so that they're a lot harder to hit in combat. But I'm actually thinking about redesigning this area a little bit so they're right there, and then we can use that space back there for a hangar. That's what I was thinking about doing with it, is moving everything forward and then making room for a hangar back there. And it could be done. It just begs the question of, do I want to like reveal my reverse thrusters again? Because kind of the whole point of having them in there is to keep them hidden. This is a security / airlock room. This is where a lot of my security officers keep an eye on everything. It's right at the base of the bridge, so it's kind of safe even if the bridge is attacked. And then these are the airlocks right here that go to outside the ship, which we will visit in just a moment. So going up further, we are now in the main bridge section. This is the med bay for the bridge. When we're not in combat, if this thing is still airtight, we'll bring injured people here. This is one of the bigger med bays on board the vessel. It's got a pretty nice view too. You can see my skyscraper and some of my thrusters. It's got a little treatment area over here as well. You know, it's got a bathroom. Actually got several bathrooms. And a fish tank. Gotta love the fish tank. I'm gonna do the fuel critical thing. Take care of that real quick. Is this not hooked up to hydrogen? I guess that isn't hooked up to hydrogen. Concerning. There's a lot of things I need to do to my ship, apparently. And then this is the main bridge. This is the heart of the ship, and we're like almost all of the whenever I give orders to my ship, that's done from here. And I have a really nice view of the deck. Why is it still a blizzard? I'm gonna get rid of the weather because the weather is still. Yeah, this is the front of the vessel. There we go. It has a really, really nice view of the front of the, all the way out down to the front of the ship. So, okay, but now let's get to the exterior of the vessel. So the exterior of the vessel is designed to be walkable. It has its own gravity generators and everything else. When you're in orbit, it's walkable up to 0.4 Earth gravity, 0.40. So I call this the wind tunnel, affectionately. In lore, when the cruiser is traveling in atmosphere, this tunnel gets super, super windy because all of the wind that's hitting this cruiser basically gets funneled into it, you know? So it becomes a super, super windy place that you don't want to be in when the ship is moving. But other than that, this is walkable. You know, you can see some. This is an anti-aircraft gun, like anti-fighter, anti-missile. One of the big guns, the main battery. Another gun to the main battery. Oh, oopsies. I had a thing. You can see some of the secondary guns, like right there. Another one of the main guns. Some more of the secondary guns. And these are laid out in specific ways for specific firing positions. Like if I'm angled nose down and my target's above me, almost all of these guns are gonna hit it. And that's how you get the most effective firing solution when we're firing directly forward. Is by having like it would be at this angle right here. But in most cases, we're not going to be firing forward like that because the armor isn't designed to tank from the top. It's designed to tank from the side. You know, from like it's designed to engage ships from all of this angle right here. This whole entire front section is designed to engage and fight vessels, which is why the guns are positioned like that. It has like a 270-degree field of fire or something like that. And the only real guns that are back here are anti-fighter and anti-missile. I realized early on it's really, really easy to get a fighter back here and to take out these thrusters or to send a missile up its ass and disrupt it that way. So that was like one of the first problems I solved, was by putting point defense back there. There's not really a lot of room for big guns back here, which is also why these guns down here are pointed backwards. Like, let's say a frigate or something gets back here and starts trying to poke shots at my ass, alright? That's what those guns are for. Those are a deterrent. And of course, you can just go up here and start shooting it from up here, but then you're visible to those guns on the main part of the hull. You know? There's like a very, very fine spot where you're not visible from the main guns, and it's like right down right here. And then that's what the fighters are for. This thing is supposed to have room for a drone and a fighter on board, a couple fighters, and that's what those guys are for. The Wombat drone specifically is anti-frigate and anti-big ship. Yeah, this right here is also a small landing pad for like temporary ship landings if somebody needs to drop somebody off or something like that. That's what this landing pad right here is for. And it actually does have access into the main airlock room down below, which is right here. We didn't go through this way earlier because when I showed you guys this area earlier, it was still being worked on. You can see it right there. It's this spot right here that we're in again. And I gotta work on this area because this is something very recently that I did. You can see where the old railguns actually used to be. There used to be one right there, and one right there. So I actually have them closer together than they were before. I guess that won't harm anything. Yeah, you haven't really missed very much. The only thing you haven't seen is the battle bridge. And we're taking the backwards way to the battle bridge, the maintenance way to the battle bridge, which involves this funky little walk. And this walk that we're doing right now is taking us over the second reactor room. We'll get to see that in a moment here. This is the front reactor room right here below us. This is a little tiny hidden maintenance way. It is not supposed to be noticeable, which is why there's no lighting. It's supposed to be like dark and out of the way, and the reason for that is because it leads directly into the battle bridge. The battle bridge is exactly what it sounds like. When we're in a combat situation, this is where we go to control the vessel, and this is where I sit right here, this seat. We're at 57% hydrogen. I could probably take off, but after that I'll need a refuel, because it's going to take at least like 10% of my fuel to break gravity. This ship is a many things, but light is not one of them. Okay. I know my way around this ship like the back of my hand. I'm sorry if I'm yapping your ears off. I'm very passionate about this ship of mine. I've worked on it for a very long time. So we're going back this way. This takes us back into the maintenance cryo bay section. But we're not going into the cryo bays this time. I'm taking you into somewhere else entirely. So do you guys remember how I was telling you how the maintenance area is an absolute nightmare of a maze? And it's kind of, yeah, that's not a, it's a maze. It is a freaking maze back here, and you have to know where you're going, or else you're gonna get lost. Like, you're already right off the bat, you're hit with this right here, all right? Although this doesn't do anything if you go this way, but it's still. And then you're left again with a choice: do I go that way? Do I go this way? You know, and you gotta know your way. Like, we're in the back of the rear thrusters right now, by the way. So like, you got the jump drive right here. Then you can see my hydrogen fuel tank right there. I'm leading us out of the maintenance area. I'm showing you guys a secret about this ship, a way to get inside. If you manage to get close enough to EVA, close to this ship, there is a way to get inside of it. Let me remember where we go from here. Oh yeah, I think it is up here actually. And then we go up like that. No, wrong spot. See, I'm lost already, and this is supposed to be my ship. Let's see. Oh yeah, this way. And then do we jump down? I think we jump down. Nope, apparently not. I'm finding little tiny spots all over the ship I need to repair. You see, I'm only one person. Maintaining a ship this large by yourself is super, super difficult. Not impossible, just difficult. Okay, I think I'm where I need to be this time. Oh, wait, no, this is the same place I just was, isn't it? Yeah, this is the same place I just was. Alright, so we're a little lost. Don't mind me. I gotta remember the way out of here. I think it's this way? Yeah, this way. No. We're on the right track. We're on the right track. I just gotta keep remembering the different spots we go. I need to work on this a little bit more. It's a maze back here. Yeah, no, I don't think this takes us anywhere. Yeah, this doesn't take us anywhere. So where's the exit hole that I'm looking for? I know it's somewhere around here. You can't fool me, game. We're in the right spot for it. Oh yeah, look. This is the way into the front thruster cask. We just casually walked into that. Okay, you know what? While we're out and about and we're back here, I'm going to enter in through the... Okay. So this is how you're supposed to exit and enter through this back... through this back maintenance area. It's right here. That's why there's this turret right here. It's it's one of the anti-fighter, anti-missile, but it's also anti-personnel. That one in particular. Oh, I was nowhere near the right spot, I don't think. Yeah, oh heck no, I was nowhere near the right spot. I had to be... Okay. Wait a minute. Where's the spot out? Did my way in get sealed? Is that what's going on? That actually might be what's going on. Oh heck. Alright, well it seems that I have to... Okay, that should help make up for the loss of armor. Okay, I think we found out why I couldn't find it. It was because it was blocked.
Fuel critical.
Now you gotta crouch to get out. Yeah, that's how you get in and out through the rear, is you get out through this little tiny hole right here. You gotta go through the thrusters. And obviously that's a pain in the butt to do when the ship is in combat because the ship is moving and these rear hydrogen thrusters are on. So you have to be super careful not to get fried to a crisp while you're doing it. And yeah, that's my cruiser. And all her bespoken glory. She's just sitting here in dock. Hi, beautiful. Oh, it's so nice to see you. I really, really, really want to take off and fly. But we can't. The fuel's too low. Okay, so this is one of my prototypes. Oh, yeah, it's one of my early prototypes to boot too. This is one of my early prototype component haulers. It doesn't even have lights. Yeah, this is old. Gosh, I'm getting so many memory flashbacks now. Now do we get to go through the rest of the world? This world is ancient. This world is ancient as all heck. It's got so many different like experiments on it and whatnot. So this is Azora Tower. This is the skyscraper that I own in lore. It's also bigger in lore too. And it is just like as it is in game, the official dry dock for my battle cruiser. Now when my battle cruiser needs help or something like that, just to be worked on, this is where I bring it. And this place is pretty nice too. It can survive a direct assault from a battle cruiser. It's got really thick armor. It's got its own company of aircraft to help maintain it. This is the gunship right here that we're looking at, by the way. Parked just very nicely on top of the skyscraper. Just chilling like a villain. And then they get inside the skyscraper from here because I did plan for this. You walk down this little tiny narrow stairway. But you do have a nice view of the cruiser just chilling down there in dock. You can't even see the point defense guns from here. That's how small they are, but they have such an important role in keeping the cruiser safe. So this is my room. Got your ready area, your bathroom, and your shower. Bed for guests. Oh no, wait, yeah, no, bed for guests, my bed. Control tower for any like shuttles that are approaching. And then you got my little kitchen area right here. This is a holographic display. I can pull up ships that we're targeting and stuff like that. You know, get a look at them. Not like in game, but in lore, that's what it's used for. Viewing approaching ships and targeted vessels. Fish tank. And then you got a nice little view out this way. I figured it'd be good to put a view as well, considering how high up we are. This is my med bay. I wanted to look kind of funky, so that's why it's got this like purple, funky tone to it. This here be the med bay for me when I'm on board my tower. This place is huge too, by the way. This should be the power. This is the backup. This is one of the main power sources, but this isn't like the backup. The backup for this tower is deep, deep, deep underground, and you will see that later. This is just maintenance access for the power plant above. Nothing too fancy. I've just been like giving a tour of this world for an hour straight. That's all I've been doing. There's so much to view and see in this world. This is my main assembler room for my skyscraper. This is where the majority of the build orders are done. It's quick and easy access to my top room. This is the guest room. If you're a guest on board my tower, this is where you stay. Got your bedding over there, your fish tank, bathroom, shower, cryopod if you want to sleep in a cryopod if that's your kind of thing. And of course, you can look out on my cruiser and dock. It's not a room on board my skyscraper without being able to see my cruiser on dock. Okay. I don't remember what this room's supposed to. Oh, this is the top floor of my cargo room. This is the only cargo room listed on the blueprint. The entire bottom section of this tower is not on any blueprint anywhere. So, like, officially, this is the only cargo area on the entire skyscraper. And it takes up 2 floors. It doesn't take up 1, it takes up 2. Because it's how big it is. So we just skipped an entire floor. This should be the other guest room that I'm working on. Yeah, this is the second guest room that I'm working on as well. And it too has a nice view of my cruiser, although it's a little more leveled because we're like basically at the same level of my cruiser at this point almost. Would be like kind of walking on the deck. Okay, does not have any purpose yet. I have no idea what I want to do with this room either. Like absolutely zero clue, but this is one of the safest rooms on board the skyscraper. It's safe from orbital strikes and it's safe from side strikes as well because at this point the armor is starting to get like ridiculously thick. Oh, hey, I can see where I'm at. Yeah, you can see where we're at, and the armor here is starting to get a little bit thick. Okay, got an outer half layer, and then you've got like 3 layers of inner heavy armor. Oh, you can see how this skyscraper design is too. Like how thick the armor is on board this thing. Okay, there's only a few spots where it gets kind of thin, but for the most part, this place has ridiculously, and all of this is heavy armor. Every single one of it. All of it's heavy armor, except for down here where the garage is, because I need to have the room in the garage, but yeah. And then this is the base, and the base just stretches down even further. This, in lore, this was an old abandoned missile silo that belonged to me. We used the missile inside of it, and rather than, normally what happens after we fire the missile is we will destroy the facility. We'll cave it in on itself, but I didn't want to do that to this place, so I turned it into my own bunker / skyscraper. This is the bar. This is also one of the safest rooms on board. You could sit here drinking your vodka while this place is under siege, and unless it gets hit like, and I mean it has to like absolutely be pummeled, you're safe. You can enjoy your drinks in peace and not have to worry about a gosh darn thing. More bartender, you say as the shells continue to rain down around you. Give me more. I don't know what I'm going to do with this room yet either. I really don't know what to do with all the sci-fi tech panels that I, for some reason, decided to put into here. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I really couldn't tell you what I was thinking because this was from like 3 years ago. This is the shield control room. This room is appropriately lit for what its purpose is, which is controlling the shield. I wanted it to have like this kind of red, like, serious glow theme to it, and I think I nailed it pretty strongly. And then this is the air duct system for the entire skyscraper. You can go up to the top of the skyscraper through here. It's very, very tight and narrow, but if that's your thing, you know, if you want to be the sussy Among Us imposter, you can be a sussy Among Us imposter and go through the air vents. We're going through the skyscraper right now. We're almost at the top floor, ladies and gentlemen. Menswear. And this is the very top of the skyscraper. We're right here. From through this air vent, you can see my med bay right there. I feel like one of those guys that they show in animes, just like stepping on a stool to peek through a window. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Sussy Among Us imposter vents. Oh, we're not at the bottom yet. Okay, now we're at the bottom. Okay. Continuing onward down. We're pretty much at the base of the skyscraper. There is supposed to be an elevator in the room we're about to go into, but it broke a while ago and I haven't fixed it yet, so it's not functional. It's not functional at all. I mean, I can press the button. We can enjoy the novelty of it trying to work, but there was an explosion down here. There was something made. I forget exactly what it was, and it caused some issues. Like, I need to repair that pipe, but this is the main garage. This is where I store my ground vehicles when they're not being used to transport us around. And this is like general assembler access, and it can be doored off. Like that. And there's also a refinery room as well with the same concept. I can door it off. And then going down this way, this is the way to get out if you're a person, which we'll be taking later, but we're going to be going this... Oh. I think it's Shift F10? Burrito. Okay. Going down this way. This is back to where we're in the missile silo I told you about. So, rather than collapsing it, we turned it into a home for me. And when you see something rusty down here, it means it was originally part of the silo. All of this has been maintained. It's still part of the silo, but it's been well maintained, so it's not rusty. But especially at the bottom, you're going to see rusty stuff. And the rusty stuff is part of the silo. Like in lore, it was originally there when we started construction, because between when we scouted the place out for construction and when we actually started construction, some raiders visited the place and took some stuff. So now we're officially inside the bunker, by the way. That was the bunker ceiling door. This is refinery slash assembler room, where we can like assemble stuff and refine stuff, and yep. But the next rooms that we're going to be going to are very, very far down. So we're going to be running down these stairs for a minute. But I'm just going to shortcut it. If I can. Yep. We didn't have to run down all those stairs.
Fuel critical.
I don't know why I thought it was a brilliant idea to make these stairs. I should have made it an elevator. But then an elevator can break, and stairs are a lot harder to break. I mean, they can still break, but you may notice that things are getting rustier. It's because a lot more of the stuff is original. I mean, a lot of this has been maintained, but a lot of it is just old as well. And a lot of this down here has been replaced as well, because it was rusty and or stolen. Yeah, we're getting into the very, very bottom of the bunker. And this is the backup power plants. You got the uranium reactor right here. Emergency cargo storage. Emergency oxygen, and that's on both sides. And you've also got emergency hydrogen generators as well, hooked up to H2O2 generators. So if the hydrogen runs out, the H2O2 generators can supply them for a little while. And we've got backup batteries. This is what's going to keep the bunker running if the skyscraper gets blown up for whatever reason. This area down here. Okay, we are not done with the tour yet, ladies and gentlemen, but there's an ad break coming up, so I'm going to pause the tour, run to the bathroom while the ad break is doing its thing, and when I get back, we are going to continue the tour by jumping up to my orbital reef yard, which is directly above where we are now. And then after that, we have a bunker to look at, and I think, and then after the bunker, we have the refinery slash mine, and then after the mine, that is pretty much everything I have to show you in this world. Oh yeah, I have some other different things I gotta show you as well, but I gotta go run to the litter box. There's an ad break coming up. If you guys need to do the same, or get food or water, now's the perfect time. I will be right back. Okay. We'll do this next. So back when I first started the world, this is where I started it at. So in lore, this area right here is a defunct mining platform. A long time ago, a crust mining company, which means that they basically go really, really deep underground, came here with the expectancy of finding a huge ore deposit. They came here and they set up their initial base, which is this right here. And this is the old defunct rocket pad. It looks like it's in terrible shape because it is in terrible shape. And then this was their old shuttle pad. And then they, this was also originally the spot where the arm went down to drill the hole. Well, they drilled the hole down to the depth that they were told to, and they found nothing. It was a complete bust. So they just abandoned the platform, left everything there, and never came back. Slowly over time, the platform started to fall apart, and there are some parts of it, as you can see, have fallen apart. They're extremely rusty. So I came along, I found the abandoned platform. I made sure that it was truly abandoned, and I fixed up what I could, just enough to get this place running, but not enough to make it look like that somebody's been here working on it, you know? Like, it makes people, when they first initially go, like, oh wow, that place still has systems running. That's insane. Like, you may notice one way or another, everything is hooked up. You know, even if the cargo containers are rusty. So, I slowly but surely turned this into my facility, and my rocket can land on this pad. It is a light, like the old rockets that they used were way heavier. That pad is built for like rockets 3 times the weight of mine. So mine can without a doubt easily land on that thing, even if it's in that bad of shape. And then this is for shuttles and fighters and so on and so forth. And it does pretty much look like it's been abandoned. People don't really come here that often. This right here is one of my attempts at a prototype fighter. It's actually one of my better attempts at a prototype fighter, but I wouldn't call it the best. It definitely has a lot of room for an improvement. But this is the prototype fighter that lives here and guards the place, and if I remember right, I actually designed it to be able to fit down that hole. Yeah, I need to do some work to this thing. Yeah, alrighty, here we go, guys. I made a video on YouTube once of me falling down this hole. This is the hole that the company made looking for ore. So, we're at the very, very bottom of the hole. When people drop bombs expecting to hit my bunker, that's what they hit instead. And this actually has gotten deeper because of bombs being dropped down this hole. And then them missing where it was. So as you can see, this goes down like an extra 400 meters now. Because people kept dropping bombs down here to try and blow up the front of my bunker. And they kept missing. They kept getting the timing on it wrong. So this is the front of the bunker. The whole entire thing is designed so if a bomb does come tumbling down here, it just bounces right off and goes into the pit below and goes boom. But this is how we are going to get inside, because we are people, we're not a ship. And this is the giant ship airlock. It's for like fighters to get through and safely get through without venting the rest of the facility. But this is the start of the world. All the way back when I first opened this world 3 years ago, this was the first place I came down and built. And in lore, I built this bunker to basically be a fallback location should I ever need to. Nobody ever comes down here. Pretty much everyone in lore knows of this bunker's location, but you'll find it kind of funny what they use this location for, okay? I think it's better to just show you rather than to tell you, so let me get back up to the surface real quickly. But this is the official actual use of this location in lore. People will go out of their way to come to this system to do this, because this hole technically doesn't exist. And it's so deep that nobody's gonna go down there to check, you know? Who wants to go down a 1 kilometer hole? Nobody wants to go down a 1 kilometer hole. Who's going to be my, unfortunate victim today? Why don't I do a spectacular one? Why don't I do a big one? Why don't I do a truck and trailer? I wonder if a truck and trailer will fit down that hole. Okay, where is it? Okay. Depends. This place has been ransacked by asteroids, so it may be a little bit difficult to get this truck into the hole, but it's not going to be impossible. Yeah, so this is literally what people come here to do in lore. They just come here to dump their shit down the hole. Basically a glorified trash dump. That's also why it makes such a great base, because nobody goes down there expecting, like, they just go down there to expect to, like, find wrecked rovers and stuff like that, you know? Okay, we're just gonna...
Fuel critical.
Wee. 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 We're having fun, chat. I bet you that trailer is gonna come down and hit us like a freaking rocket, because the trailer snapped off at some point. I don't know when. I've done this. It's so fun to do this. Just pick a random rover. Just go flying down the freaking... Oh, I gotta go repair that later. I just slammed into one of the, there's beams that I put in the hall. Oh gosh, I just saw the trailer.
Fuel critical.
Oh gosh, get me out of here before that trailer hits. Oh! That's exactly what I was worried about. That trailer just smushed it like a freaking tin can. Okay, let's go see what the damage was done up here. I saw some damage to the bouncer. Oh yeah, it got fricked up. Got fricked up bad. It got fricked up bad. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Yeah, that's what people like to come and do in lore. They like to just come and dump stuff down the drain, and it's kind of funny because, like, what we end up doing with it is we end up salvaging all the stuff that they drop. Okay, is there any other damage? I know I saw it get hit more than once. I'll be heckin' darned. There's only minimal damage. That said, there's like there's an entire chunk right here I gotta fix. I want to do that again. I think I might know how I solve this problem in the future. I might have to add some kind of like angled bouncer thing that when it hits it, the angle causes it to go a different direction. Kind of like how when tank shells ricochet off tank armor. How loud is the game being when I'm doing this? It's not being that bad. Okay. Yeah, like tank shells, when tank shells bounce off tank armor. Because the majority of the time when that hits, it's going to be at an angle anyways, so it should work, maybe? I don't know, we'll have to see. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to do it like this. Yeah, that might work as a deflect. Okay, then we put that there, and then underneath here we put heavy blocks for support. Then we pull that down like that. And then every so often we do this. Okay, we'll try it again with something else. The truck and the trailer was definitely a bit overkill. That was definitely a bit of like an oversized thing to drop down this hole. So we're going to do something smaller this time. What's another fun thing to drop down this hole? That's something fun. Yes. Alrighty, chat. We're doing this in a buggy. Yeehaw. Country style. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed, a poor farmer, barely kept his family fed. And one day while he was out hunting for some food, up through the ground came a bubbling crude. Oil, that is. Black gold. Texas tea. Don't ask me why I know that so well. Oh, I think this rover is just gone. I think this rover is just gone. There would be nothing left of it to salvage whatsoever. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'm being called again. Hello. Hi, sorry I'm back. I wouldn't have to do the BRIB back screen if my only phone wasn't also the phone that my dad constantly calls me on. I need to really solve that, like, rapidly, because I don't like doing that. Yes, you did join the chaos. I'm currently driving things down this massive hole, which I was in the middle of giving a Space Engineers tour, but I've since gotten distracted by driving things down the large hole. I swear to goodness. Nothing. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna do a tank. I'm gonna drive a tank down that hole. I love driving stuff down this hole. It's fun. It's like one of the funnest things to do in this world is to drive different things down this hole and just to see how well it can tank it. Speaking of tanks, we're driving a literal tank down the hole. So, actually, it was doing okay at first, up until the wheels bounced it off the edge of the wall, and oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh! We just got going like a rocket. We didn't even slam into nothing. That tank just got momentum, and that was that. It was gone. Oh, I'm stuck. That's lovely. That's lovely as heck, man. Oh man, something else is. Whoa, look at it, made its own crater. It just like straight up nosedive into the ground. Okay, let's do it again. Again.
Fuel low.
But yes, you joined the chaos. I love driving. This whole, fun fact,
Fuel critical.
this hole used to be perfectly round, but just due to the sheer amount of vehicles that I have driven down this hole, it is no longer round. It has gotten this like really, really rough, jagged shape. But I mean, it adds to the appearance of the hole a little bit, I feel like. It makes it look better. Okay. What's something else that I can drop down? Oh, you know what? We're doing it. This is okay. After this next one, we will continue my tour, by the way. I never really gave you guys a good tour of the bunker that we're at. I only kind of showed you guys the vehicle airlock and was like, oh hey guys, you know what I like to do in my free time in this world? And then I started doing this. So this is the last thing we're gonna drop. This is my pride and joy actually. It's called the scrap truck. It's a really robust truck that I built. I know it's probably gonna get destroyed going down this, but it is gonna take it a little bit of abuse before it gets like damaged significantly.
Critical.
I say that and then we immediately lose the driver's seats. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Now I'm tumbling around the inside. Oh. Oh, I've been ejected. I've been ejected. Oh gosh. How much of it will survive going down this hole? Oh, it's getting... Oh, it just killed all its momentum. It got momentum and it killed momentum. See, the thing is about the tank was... The tank just went straight down. Oh. The tank just went straight down. And... Bam. Actually, a lot more of that survived than I thought it would. Just goes to show you, this thing is like super robust. It is like a lot, it is one of my better designs, at least in my opinion, but it still has some improvements that could be made to it. Okay. Oh hey, look! So when I first built this, this is where the original top layer was. You can see how far down that this pit has been made into. This is what used to be the catch, like it would catch the debris and then like direct it into a bunch of scrap thingies, right? Well, I discovered really quickly that the stuff coming down this hole had too much momentum and would just destroy everything. So I stopped bothering trying to fix it. That little tiny black square is literally all that remains. Okay, so back to the tour, okay? So this is the main ship airlock. I can shut this right here, seal this whole area off from the rest of the bunker, and cycle a small ship through it. This is a welding, some kind of welding vessel I like threw together, and it's a work of art. Totally a work of art. This is an industrial ship with like 0 armor, except for right here. Yeah, this thing is basically just pure industrial, 0 armor. And over here you got my refineries and my assembler. Yeehaw. And then going up this way, you can access the cargo storage in an oxygen tank should you want to get oxygen. And if you... Oh wait, no, it's this way. You go down this way, you can take a look at the pipes up above. This is kind of like just basically a maintenance walkway. And then you have access to the oxygen tank. And if you need to refuel your... I don't have any bottles on me, but if you have bottles you need to refuel, you can bring that to here. I try to think of survival players when I build these things. This is meant for a rover, but this is an airlock that goes to the rest of the bunker. And when I built this area, I tried to reflect the fact that we're underneath the ground. So I added this really like cool like glass dome hallway. It is pressurized. This is, and yes, the rover can get up this steep gradient. It's kind of impressive. This is the cargo area where all the cargo is stored. And this little guy right here is the freaking rover that gets through the facility. I know it doesn't look like it will fit, but trust me, it fits. It barely fits, but it fits. And I don't want to listen to my character panting, so we're going to fly the rest of this tour. And if we go out this way... This is where the hydrogen is stored. I don't have any hydrogen really right now, but... And then when I have the lights on, it shows the cavern here as well. What the heck is that? You can kind of see where the rest of the bunker goes. It goes down into here. I need to add supports down here so it doesn't look so funky. But yeah, you can see part of the bunker. And just a reminder, we are 1 kilometer underground. Which is kind of funny and crazy because it's like, I don't like being underground. So why would I build so deep underground for? I don't really know that myself, in all honesty. But I mean, at least the bunker is nice. And then yeah, look, the rover can make it up and down this gradient, which is kind of cool. This is where the prison is. I need to repair the elevator. There was a bomb that got set off and broke part of the elevator, which is such a blah thing. Yeah, this will lower down to here, and we will make people take away their tools, and they live down here like some kind of bum. They want to jump down there, they can, but it's not going to take them anywhere. Probably kill them, if anything. Then going this way, this is another elevator, and this is, you can see, this is how I get people around this facility. Why are you... Why are you being like this? Okay, so it was glitched into the block that was in front of it, which caused its... Fuck. What are you being like this for? Excuse me? Okay, you done? Like straight up, you done? It was never this touchy before. Yeah, this is supposed to be the rover that I carry people around in, but I've never seen it behave like this before. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, see, now it's doing better. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that before then. It was being like super strange. Yeah, as you can see, all the wheels turn because this place is really, really tight on turning, so you need to be able to be like tight on your turns. And now this is how I get people around the bunker. It's kind of funky. Okay, and then this elevator is super slow, but it is functional. Also, one of my prouder moments was building this elevator. Isn't it fast? Fastest elevator in the world. Definitely very, very, very quick. Just look at it go, guys. Top of the line, grade A, no expense spared. It's actually pretty much what you'd expect out of a vehicle elevator. Oh, hey, look, there's two of me. There's two of me. Me and my split personalities vibing together like don 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 don. Okay, onward with the tour. This is the crew area. Again, these beds seal. You do get privacy when you're in your bed, even though it doesn't look that way. And then these are the individual bathrooms. The only thing to note about these is unlike my usual bathroom designs, there's no separate air system from the bathroom and to the rest of the place. So if you explode the bathroom with the chili or with the freaking burrito that you ate last night, everyone's gonna have to smell that. You may want to close your bed, because at least the bed's air is filtered. This is the med room for everyone. I'm gonna do some medical stuffs. This is the examination room, right here. If you need examined, this is where we bring you. It is totally safe, I swear. Definitely safe. Okay, when we're done with this, I'm gonna drive another thing down the hole, then we're gonna move on to the next tourist spot. I've been giving a tour for 1 hour and 45 minutes, just straight, non-stop. So this is the bottom part of my room. Over here is like my mass storage, ammo, miscellaneous supplies, other stuff like that I would keep here. It's my ready area. This is another one of the holo tables where I can show different ship designs and stuff like that, view ships that are being targeted or that I want to view information of. And then this is my room. I tried to design my room to resemble an attic, like we're in the attic of a house, and I think I did a pretty solid job of doing that. The light panels are in the floor and are the floor, which makes it look like it's being invisibly lit, which I also think is pretty cool. So that's another interesting feature of my room. Being the owner and the captain has its perks. Okay, we are now going to take the people driver and go up the elevator. And the people driver. Because we like taking this elevator. This elevator is so quick. We'll look at it go. Wow, much speed. We're going about 0.30 a meter. We're going 0.30 meters a second. It's not that bad of a speed. Pretty good for these guys. It's not very often you can just see straight ahead into the vehicle airlock like this. Okay. We are going to crash something down this hole and then we'll continue the tour. What else should I have, you know what? We're going to do another truck and trailer. We're going to bring another truck and trailer down the hole. But this time I want to see if I can't get inside the trailer before it's too late. It's going to be really difficult to do it, but I think I can do it. Is it already... Okay, no. I was about to say, is it already dark out? Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yes, we're doing... Never mind. We're doing the garbage truck. We're doing... Oh, that's a big garbage truck. I actually don't know if that'll fit. Oh, that'll fit. We're doing the garbage truck, chat. We're doing the garbage truck. It is garbage truck time. Dun 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 dun. Me and my garbage truck doing garbage things. We might have to lose the garbage can. Oh, nope, we're fine. Let's go! Garbage truck time! Look at it go! It's going like a rocket! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, okay. That's slightly better. Oh gosh. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And... Oh. Oh. Oh, it's caused so much damage. We're doing that again. I love doing that so much. The more vehicles you get down there, the better it gets. The more chaos that happens every time you slam something down to the bottom. Ooh, let's do a fighter. What do I have for fighters that I can bring down there? Wait, why am I asking myself that? I've got the perfect fighter. I can make a copy of this prototype. Need to strap a warhead to something and send it down the hole? I can do that. Okay. We're gonna do this first, and then I will strap. Although I guess I could. Oh, oops. Oops. Well, I guess we'll do it to this since I've already damaged it. Warheads! Okay. Up next, warheads. Arm warhead. And we will do a 1 minute and 8 second countdown. We gotta start moving then. I don't know how long it's gonna take us to get down that hole. If anything even survives, but... Cowabunga! Oh shit, I can't see! Oh, I can't see. I can't see. Oh, we're going fast. Oh, we're not gonna hit anything. Oh, we're going fast! Oh, we're going fast! Oh. Oh, I'm pretty sure that just that just obliterated all the vehicles it just ran into. Okay, now I'm gonna do something that I can strap a big warhead to. Oh hey, have you ever seen one of my proximity bombs before? I wonder if I've got any proximity bombs in the world. Kaboom? That was a really nice kaboom. I do! Ooh. Ooh. This is a proximity bomb. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this on the fly while it's dropping, and we're gonna have to hope that it doesn't go off while I'm doing this. Okay. Damn it. I was too close. Okay, those things are a bit temperamental, to say the least. But they're really, really fun when you get them to work. Because they're basically like bouncing balls. Okay. I guess I could just push it off right here. So we're going to spawn it in. I can push them around. Detect friendly, detect owner off. Detect players, no. Detect floating objects, detect large chipped off. Oh wait, no. Okay. Okay. I'm saving the game, and we're gonna pray to gosh that this thing does not detonate when I turn on its sensors. Okay, well, I guess the damage wasn't that bad. Other than collapsing my staircase on top of itself, which is kind of funny. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Why? Oh, is it because of the... Oh, it's because of the ground, I think. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me... Okay, we're gonna try this again and hope that it doesn't blow up in my face. Please don't blow up in my face. Please don't blow up in my face. Oh, good bomb. Good bomb. Good bomb. Okay. Let's follow it on its journey down. Since it's in a partly ball shape, it does help it a lot when it goes down like this. But we're gonna see if I can't... This is set the... Wait. Center. I don't think it'll go off. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Darn it. Okay, don't do that one then. I still wonder if it'll go off when it detects the fighters, though. Okay, we gotta try that one more time. Sorry, guys. I figured it out, though. It's the terrain that's causing it to blow up prematurely. So turn off station, turn off terrain, turn on sensors, drop bomb, let it drop. I should almost imagine if I put spotlights on it and it just looked like a disco ball as it was dropping down. Okay. Okay. Don't mess with it, Azora. Don't mess with it. Let the bomb do what the bomb does. Not touching anything. We're letting the bomb do what the bomb wants to do. Even if that's bounce off the walls for a little bit. Yeah, this is when earlier when I mentioned that I can drop bombs from my battle cruiser. These are literally the bombs that I drop from my battle cruiser. These little guys. They're super devastating, and when they get up the velocity, their fuses are just the right time so that it air bursts like right over the target. And like especially for like tanks and stuff like that, it's a really devastating thing to get hit by. Ooh. I'm glad I didn't go close enough to that garbage can to blow up. Did I arm the... Oh yeah, I did arm the warhead. Like that. You see? It's a super devastating explosion. It just absolutely obliterated what was left of the, I love those little guys so much. The proximity bombs are such vibes. Whee! Boom! I want to drop another one. Now you got me in the mood to drop bombs, Forrest. The bomb dropper. That is me, Azora. Hehehe. We're gonna drop another one of those guys. We're gonna drop another one.
Fuel critical.
Okay, stations, asteroids, on. We're gonna give this one a running start. Oh shoot! 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 I guess I should set it. I should have set my dampeners first. Donut. Oh, this one's gonna have some momentum to it, I think. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait, maybe so. Maybe not. We're not far enough down yet for me to know. Oop. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's not gonna have much for momentum then. Never mind. Gonna have a little bit of momentum though. Not near what it would have dropping from a significant height though. Here comes the bomb! Explosion! Enhanced hand drill. I don't even think I have a regular hand drill. I mean, I do have a regular hand. I don't even think I have one of those. I'm gonna take that. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're gonna do one more of those, but I'm going to, you guys are gonna see what I'm gonna do in a moment. I'm gonna do something special with this one. Okay. Stations, asteroids, on, copy. Whee! Hee hee. We're gonna hope that they don't run into each other and explode. Actually, I didn't think about that. Oh god. Oh god. What if they hit it? What if they run into each other and explode? Oh god. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. It looks like they're all hitting down at the bottom. I just saw 2 explosions. 3, 4. Yeah, okay, they're all hitting the bottom. Okay. A moment of truth here. See if there's any damage. I don't see any damage. I see a half-broken bomb. One of them... Aww. He exploded prematurely. Oh man, that trailer is devastated. The trash truck is kind of okay. Or at least it was until I came to this side. I love those little proximity bombs. Oh, they're such a fun little... They're like spicy soccer balls. Super spicy soccer balls. Aha, I see. So one got detonated right there. Yeah, they're like super spicy soccer balls. Okay, we will continue the tour now. Sorry about that, guys. That was ADHD. Just being ADHD. I see hole, I drop stuff down hole. Hole go burr. Proximity mines also go burr. Okay, where's the next place that we want to go? I was going to do the mining area, but I realized that I haven't shown you guys my refuel yard yet, so we're gonna do this. So that's Faye's ship right there, the gray one. Faye has been building that and working on it. And then besides that, waiting the dock is my rocket. This is the rocket that runs resources around from place to place in my world, and it's currently waiting the dock because Faye is in the safe spot of my station right here. The safe spot being inside the shield. Gotta watch my exposure level. So this is my orbital refuel station.
Fuel critical.
I don't know what's smoking right there, but I've got to work on that. This guy's, this dude keeps my, my rocket refueled, and it also refuels my fighters and shuttles as well. That's basically, that's the name refuel yard. Got the shuttle bay right here, and it actually does have the shuttle inside of it right now. That shuttle is shuttle was once a civilian grade shuttle, but it's considered to be ancient history. We're gonna take this right here because I gotta fix this door. It's considered to be ancient history, so my shipyard got their hands on it, and they decided to remake it. They decided to strap remove the civilian grade thrusters, strap military grade thrusters onto it. What wound up being created was this absolute monster of a shuttle. I mean like a monster. This thing is fast as hell because it's got military grade thrusters meant for heavily armored vehicles, and this thing does not have armor. So it's a really, really nice shuttle. It's very, very fast and speedy. This is one of my older designs too. I haven't really updated it with the newer designs because I do have some newer designs of it. I just haven't updated them, like I said. This is how they get up to the rest of the refuel yard though, is this little side hallway right here. And this thing does have a gravity aligner, keeping it level with gravity as it's up here. That way when stuff docks to it, it doesn't like cause it to tip in one direction. It compensates. This is like the main eating area where people come and eat if they're not like staying on the station. Maybe they'll get like a quick nap, visit the medical room. You can see whatever ship's docked right there. It has to be a smaller ship. It doesn't fit bigger ships. Faye's ship is currently like the biggest ship that can fit in that area. And then this is basically just a little crew hallway over here. It took me a little while to get this hallway like pressurized and built out, which is why it looks like this. It's all gray. Oh, so that was a light that got knocked out. And then this is a crew room where one of the crew would sleep. It's a pretty nice little room, you know, you got a nice view out I mean, look at that view. You can't beat that view. You know, you got a nice view of the cosmos. You can look down at the planet if you want. It's a gorgeous view. And you got another one, the crew rooms down here. Same thing. Oh no, this is the view room. This isn't the crew room. This is the view room. Same thing. You got a nice view. You can look down at the planet. This is one of the secondary control areas. Co-pilot room, if you will. And apparently it's taking combat damage. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, apparently it has taken combat damage. But yeah, this... Okay, I gotta make sure I'm on the right side. Oh, I guess I can replace one of these panels up here. But this is, I guess you could call it the quote-unquote co-pilot's room. Like if the main control area for whatever reason gets taken out of commission or whatnot, this is what this is for. You can control it from here. When we're done with the tour, by the way, I'm gonna go back to dropping stuff down that hole. I've got to remove some of this stuff down here, by the way, as well. Oh, I guess I can't right now. Oh no, there we go. Those bombs were... I love those proximity bombs. Okay, so now we're running back through the crew area. There isn't really much else to see here. If I remember right, this goes to the cargo area, which is also a work in progress. Getting it all, like, functional and hooked up to the rest of the facility. So this is the new cargo room. You can also see the shuttle pad right there. That's where ships come in to land and sometimes refuel if they have the proper connectors for it. Okay, this goes into space. I did not expect to be giving a 2-hour-long tour of my world today, but I also don't mind showing it off either. It's cool that I get to show you guys this. This is my rocket. Let me find the airlock. There it is. This is how you get in and out of the rocket when you're when you're in high orbit like this, by the way. Isn't it great? It's great. Okay. Oh. I need to adjust that gravity generator, it would seem. So this right here is the main part of, this is where you control the rocket from, and this is the only part of the rocket that's oriented like this. The rest of the rocket is oriented like a skyscraper. So like, as you can see, the rest of the rocket is vertical. This is because when it's landed in gravity, this is ideal. And this is the main crew area of the rocket. Everything has to be super compact, so everything is like packed tightly together. The doors are tiny. This is the crew area, and it's like barely packed in here. Got your little kitchen right there. And then of course you have to have a bathroom. You want to know something cool about this bathroom though? When this thruster right here is on and running, it heats up the bathroom. It's really nice to take a shower during those times because it's super warm in here. Dropping down this way, this is the middle of the rocket where you can access the storage and everything else. And again, we're still sideways. When we are looking out the rocket, we're looking down at the planet. And yeah, this is where I run stuff around, and this is my cargo rocket. And in lore, this thing is ancient. It is absolutely just old as heck. Okay, so that's the refuel yard and the rocket. Up next, the mine. This is where I need to be. No, that's Europa. Where's the ramp at? It appears like I haven't named these locations yet. Apparently the spectator point for the ramp is underground, in the ground. Okay. So this is one of my rocket landing pads. When my rocket comes to collect ore, this is when the place it comes to do it at. Right here. This place is pretty old. That said, it's still functional. This is the boom arm that connects into my rocket. And this is a solar panel array. It tracks the sun. Currently there is no sun to track, so it's kind of sitting here. This is where all the ore is deposited by the trucks. Then over here, this is one of the mines. This is the platinum mine. Although it has long since been turned into a mass refinery because there is no more platinum to mine. You can see all the refineries that help process ore and mass. Like, this place is huge. And even so, it still has a rough time keeping up with my battle cruiser sometimes. When my battle cruiser really needs like a full reload. And there's another one of these places being built too, over here. I think actually this is where my rover is at. At least I thought this is where my rover was at. This is another work in progress mine. This one's not as big yet. It's still, as you can see, being mined out and being worked on, but it's slowly but surely getting there. And this is where the truck drives on, hooks up its trailer right there to get a full load of cargo, and then we'll drive off to go back over to the rocket pad. I don't know where the truck is. I don't know why it's not around the area. It's a bit funky. Maybe it got deleted or something. And this is a pad that it uses to get up and down when it comes down here for ice. Because it does sometimes go over here for cobalt and ice. But this is another large and old facility, although this one's defunct basically, as you can see. It's not really used no more. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the rocket landing pad. Oh, sleepy. This is a hostile NPC base that I took over and made into my own personal home. Very nice little place. This is one of my rovers I have. I need to replace the tires on it. But I liked it, so I took it over. But that's not the main focus of this place. The main focus of this place is this way. It's a long ride over. This over here is my private like retreat when I want to get away from everything and I want to hide. This is where I go. This ice world. You can see my rocket landing pad right there. This is where my rocket comes in to land. And when it lands, it'll land right here. And up here is my house. So it's like a little tiny retreat, a getaway. This is a fake wall. Behind the fake wall is the hydrogen and everything else. It's kind of done on purpose to, so people don't know where all my explosives, like storage stuff, are. When I built this, I accidentally built it at a slant, and I just said frick it and own the slant. So this is at a bit of a funky slant. Other than that, you know, you got your programmable area right here, my ready area, place where I can do different, like check on the storage, and man, I'm getting really sleepy.
Fuel critical.
And then there's a little med area right here as well. And I do come here to test ground vehicles sometimes. So I like to design ground vehicles as well. And that's what this area is for. When I have ground vehicles, this gives them a place to park. Now I don't think I am missing anything. I don't think I missed anything. Oh wait. This is my ice storage. This is where we get ice and we run it to the bunker, and that's my ice runner right there. This is a defense rover. I need to replace its wheels. This is a self-defense rover. And then where the ice hauler comes to hook up, as well as for the, because sometimes we do it by trailer too. That's what this is for as well. Okay. I started stream really late today, so I gotta end stream shortly. I hope you guys don't mind that I literally spent the entire stream just giving you guys a grand tour of my world. I'm very, very happy that it's functional again. Like, you guys don't understand. I was really sad that I was about to lose this world, and it makes me happy that it's functioning again. You know, I'm able to, like, play it and enjoy it and show you guys it and work on it later on. I am excited. Very, very excited. And this is my captain's quarters on board my ship. This is where I sleep, and I can control the ship from right there. And yeah, this is my battle cruiser. Well, it's time for me to hop off stream. Thank you guys for sitting here and listening to me yap. I appreciate it. I really do. It makes me happy when people want to sit here and learn about my world and everything that I've built. You know, like when I build these things, I try and maintain it as close to lore as I can, like functionality wise. Like, not only does it look good, but it functions the same exact way that it does in the lore that I write. So it takes me a little while to like balance this stuff out, you know. But next time I play this, I'll show you guys the scrap truck, and I'll show you guys some of the ground vehicles I've made, because I've actually made some really awesome ground vehicles. But like that's a whole nother stream, all right? I could go on and on and on for probably about 4 or 5 hours tops, showing you guys all the stuff that I've made, all the different things that it can do. And then like I'll finally be worn out and be like, "Okay, that's all. That's everything." So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Um I'll probably be live again this afternoon during my regular evening stream time drinking. I don't know what game I'm going to be playing yet. I might be playing Star Citizen. I might go back to Space Engineers. I might not. We'll see. I haven't quite decided on that yet myself. There is a game that I want to look at off stream first before I decide. Maybe I'll try and play that new game on later this afternoon when I'm drinking. But I am eyeballing a brand new game that I've never played before, and it just randomly wound up in my Steam inventory, and I don't know how it wound up in my Steam inventory, but it did. At any rate, again, I'm going to take off now, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll be sure to see you guys all next time. Next time, it'll be ground vehicles. And then after we do ground vehicles, I'll probably start playing Space Engineers and designing stuff again. It's honestly just fun, like, reminiscing about all the designs I've made and the progress I made to make them. So, yeah. There'll be no raid today. I'm just sleepy. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to raid somebody, we could raid my bot, but I'm not really... Yeah, I'm just energetically dead again. That's what happens when you stay up till 1 in the morning playing Space Engineers because you're happy that your world is functional again. You're like, I know I should sleep, but I want to play. Okay, I'm gonna go now, guys. So thank you for hanging out with me again. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there, you guys. Bye.